by changing someone's scenario, in those 4 examples, scenarios were changed of mostly perception, but context is related to obviously reality plus perception. So in the case of how do we convince women to start smoking cigarettes because we want to double our sales, if we run advertising, it's not going to overcome that real bias towards, that image, worried about what other people and other women are going to think about. And in the other scenarios, obviously, as well, it's the same thing. That for a long time, there was a bit of a debate whether, what drove decisions, what drives behavior? Is it belief or is it context? And, in terms of belief, a lot of people probably still do believe that belief changes or belief affects their behavior. If you're a religious person, you might think you have certain values and virtues that would influence your behavior. But what they found out in 1970, there's another case study in there about this test they did at a university. So there was a group of seminarians who were at Bible college learning to become, I think it's seminarians, is that right? What they wanted to do is they wanted to test out their decision making. So they had a group of 50 people, another 50 people, and they said to the first group that you guys got to go over to the room on the other side of the college and give a talk about the Good Samaritan. Who knows the story of the Good Samaritan? It's a pretty common story, right? And they said that to the second group, they said, you got to go over to this room on the other side of the college and give a talk about the Good Samaritan. But you're actually 10 minutes late, so you have to get over there as quickly as you can. So then what they did in both cases was they placed a disheveled-looking old man who looked like he was really in pain, lying over the footpath. And what they discovered was the people who thought they were running late jumped over the old man to run to the building to give this talk on the Good Samaritan. But the other guys who weren't running late stopped and helped the man. So what they discovered was it wasn't the belief that affected their decision-making skills in that scenario or context. It was the actual context that was created. So in any decision or any behavior we do in life, it is almost always affected by whatever context we're currently in. And context can change from minute to minute, from hour to hour, from day to day. So it's very, it's moving all the time. And yeah.
How many times do you see in society, someone pumping their chest about being pro-life until their teenage daughter gets pregnant? Things along those lines.
Yeah, exactly. That's big context change.
Michael, what is that? Mike Tyson. Everybody's got the greatest plan in the world until somebody punches them in the face.
Big context change to the face.